The Philippines has seen unprecedented progress in 2012. As more and more of our land is developed, we create more jobs and improve the standard of living of more Filipinos. And our country progresses at a more rapid pace. Real estate is one of the main drivers of our country's progress. And who better to be at the forefront of this industry than the most trusted developer in the country? Ayala Land sees beyond the obvious. We see beyond mere land and structure. We see land enhanced and lives enriched. We don't just build walkways. We build relationships. We don't just provide a home for art. We mold cultures. We don't just provide urban gardens and open spaces. We offer respite and provide inspiration. We don't just build offices. We nourish careers, secure bright futures, and provide employment opportunities. We don't just build homes. We take care of generations. We don't just build malls. We strengthen family ties. We don't just build hotels and resorts. We create unforgettable memories. That's why, from the very beginning, Ayala Land has been committed to build master planned, integrated, mixed-use, and sustainable communities that increase value over time. When others just saw a swampland, Ayala Land saw the country's premier business district. When others just saw a mango orchard, Ayala Land saw a prestigious community. What others saw as an old golf course and airport, Ayala Land saw as the first business district in southern Philippines. What others saw as an old military base, Ayala Land saw a home for passionate minds. What others saw as a sugar plantation, we saw a thriving eco-city. And what others saw as just another profitable opportunity, we saw the unfolding of thousands of stories and lives touched by our vision. 2012 is another milestone for Ayala land. We saw the launch of new townships. More families now have quality homes. New places for shopping, dining, entertainment, and leisure. More businesses now have smart working spaces and new opportunities for a broader market. 2012 has seen the launch of 67 projects worth 110 billion. And what others saw as another record-breaking year, we saw as an affirmation of Ayala land's commitment to the country's progress.
It's always best to start off from where we began, and that's right here in Makati, where Ayala started the largest integrated mixed-use community, which is today the country's central business district. But more important than all of the structures that we see around would really be the fact that these were all the result of the efforts of the Ayala land family that has continued to evolve the product, continue to be engaged, continue to redevelop whatever we had initially started. And this is why Ayala land is always branded as an organization that would always bring out the best, to continue to nurture all of our developments, and to be able to improve the lives of the people that we are serving.
To Ayala land, it's more than just bare land. We see progress. We see a bright future. We see the improvement in the Filipino quality of life. That's why, beyond its 25 years, Ayala land will always be committed to build a better nation. Ayala land, enhancing land, enriching lives for more people.
Fun. Philippine Islands. It's more fun in the Philippines. In the Philippines. Philippine Islands.
how did one see the Philippines back then?
It's supposed to be harvest season, but it isn't turning out the way farmers in the northern Philippines had hoped.
I think the reality is
An 11-hour standoff, mostly Western tourists. And Malaysian
M16 say they're having to fight each other for
5-year-old former police
evacuation sites are
Nowadays, there are more reasons to prefer the Philippines.
Instead of Brazil, Russia, India, and China, invest in Turkey, Indonesia, and what was once known as a sick man of Asia, the Philippines. Breakout nations, countries that can sustain fast growth and meet or beat expectations.
A globally competitive environment for investors. The Philippines is Asia's new business hotspot.
On to the Philippines now. Stocks may rise again after surging yesterday on an improved economic outlook.
Is business booming there?
Absolutely. I think that there is something happening in the Philippines. It has been quite positive for the
Others have heard about the news and like it.
And I think that if you look at the data, there is a good reason to think that this is not just some crazy optimism.
The country may have even benefited from it as outsourcing, particularly in the call center industry, continues to grow.
Welcome to the new call center capital of the world, Manila, Philippines. And consultants say the number of call operators in the country may double in the next 5 years.
But just how strong is this economy? It's outperformed most of its Asian neighbors by posting a better than expected 7.1% GDP growth in the third quarter of 2012. Year to date, 6.5%, making it one of the fastest growing economies in the world.
Not only do they like it, but they're also doing their part to make this progress real while sharing the good news with others.
This may be a rich world's art, but Makuha Elizalde sees it as a poor child's chance out of the slums.
The kind of motivation that these kids have to succeed, you can see in their faces. And that's the kind of students that you like to have in your ballet school.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Numbers show the global online chatter may be paying off. Tourism numbers are at record levels this year.
There is one industry that is definitely booming, and that being call centers.
Strong consumer spending has helped shield the Philippine economy from the ongoing crisis in the West.
Once the campaign hit social media, users began playing with the template.
Why do you think that nobody else has as much faith?
Oh, I think that investors do have faith.
There's newfound confidence out there, and it's growing every day.
Asia's sleeping tiger is slowly waking up.
There's guarded optimism that lasting peace is finally attainable.
The market responded to the news with resounding optimism. The stock index hit an all-time high.
So, what's there to like about the Philippines?
While the Philippine peso appreciated to a level it hasn't reached for 4 years.
If they are going to look into putting money to Philippine companies?
I think in regards to the Philippines, the key is really fiscal reform. This contributes to a robust consumer cycle, will help both the middle class aspirations as well as areas like property and consumer cross-selling.
From all the attention that has been generated, there's much to like, and this has gotten a lot of people talking.
The Philippines is certainly going through amazing growth. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But
indeed, the Philippines has been growing at about 5%.
What is it that you like about the Philippines?
Given to the group of nations deemed by Goldman Sachs as potential bright spots. Among them is the Philippines.